owner of Apple. So as much as saving helps you like go put your money aside for spending it later, there is so much more that you can do with your money as it comes in that allows it to work for you. If you ever want to be rich, you have to find a way for your money to work for you. Working employment is never going to make you rich. The minute you find a way for your money to go out and make money for you, that is the first step in becoming rich. So there's things like stocks out there, and I encourage you to start looking some of these things up. There's things like stocks, things like bonds. You probably have to be 18 to start trading them here in the US, is that right? Mm-hmm. But you can do them through your parents. If you approach your parents, see, the thing with stock is that it requires it. See, that is the thing. As a kid, you're never told that you can do this research on your own. We all have phones, but we spend so much time on Instagram, on Snapchat, talking with friends so far away, basically not doing anything constructive in our lives. But the saying goes, time is money, yeah? Mm-hmm. And as long as on things like stocks, things like bonds, you're making your time equivalent to money. Because once you have like a good background of what stock you want to buy, I'm sorry if it's getting boring, I'm sorry, that are only in your head. If you really want to get that life that you see on Instagram, take some time off to do research on some of these things that make you money. Another simple way, how many of you have heard of TED Talks? TED Talks, yeah? So people out there are really brilliant. And again, the only way that you get these ideas is by exposing yourselves to people who think the same way. So like the books you read, watching things like TED Talks. So I was watching a TED Talk yesterday and somebody was talking about the sneaker market, the second-hand sneakers. And they're like, Nike makes most of its sales of like second-hand sneakers. And who sells the second-hand sneakers? It's ordinary people, not Nike itself. So like you as a person with $3,200 from your summer. Stock markets are more long-term though. So you for like $1,000, you probably have to wait for like 3 years to make like a substantial amount from it. But with some of this like more hands-on things like buying sneakers, selling them, buying candy, selling them. Like as kids, we really should not be just waiting for money from our parents. They're already doing enough housing us, giving us food. So it's really up to us, like with whatever money we get, we have to like find ways to make our money work for us. And so in Kenya, I'm not sure if you know this, but in Kenya, a typical Kenyan parent will expect you to work hard, go become a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. But luckily in Kenya now, the market for like artists, musicians, like this non-mainstream kind of things is kind of becoming wider. But actually, so this is why our parents were so reserved about us going into those non-mainstream areas. Because like when you become a lawyer, somewhere in your training, you're going to get like the training of how to manage your finances. In the training to become an engineer, somehow in the path to get your degree, you're going to get some exposure to how to manage your finances. And so then once you start making money, like your parents are going to feel calm that you know what to do with your money and you'll be able to support your family. But as an artist, as like somebody who draws, somebody who makes paintings, somebody who plaits hair, if you can be able to show your parents that you have control over your finances, if you can be able to show your parents that, yes, I'm not making as much money as a doctor, as an engineer does, but with the little money that I'm getting, I'm able to make so much more money. Trust me, your parents don't have any reservation for you venturing into that. You might not be the best kid in school, and see, that's one thing that I really appreciate. We are all really different, but whichever path that you decide to take, you can still be successful in that path. And being successful means that you'll be able to take responsibility of your financial resources that you have.
Seeing each other and she was talking about she was able to look up. She cannot bend down or anything. So that gift of looking up, of taking time to look up and telling somebody, I see you, it's really important. You'll never know you're making an impact in somebody's life. But if you just say whatever you're thinking or whatever is going on in your life, it's gonna be okay. You don't know what's happening in that person's life. And they left, they just patted him on the back and they left. But the next day, that guy came up to them during lunch and he said, thank you that you came, you saw me when I was down. The guys were like, oh, it's okay, we were just passing by, like, yeah, we were just saying hi, but he said, no, thank you, because at that time I was contemplating how I would kill myself. So by that, it's a lesson that it doesn't matter how long, or just take time talking to somebody who is alone, sitting down on the cafeteria. You never know what's happening in their life.
And financing.
That even if you say something to somebody else, the littlest thing, it can make a big difference in your life.
For one, on your goal, what you're trying to achieve.
The thing I learned today is that you don't have to be old enough to ask a question. You could be young to ask a question.
You have to make a difference in the world as long as you make a difference in someone's world.
I learned that sometimes you have to be the first to start something.
I learned that you shouldn't wait for opportunities to come to you, rather than you should seek them.
I've learned that opportunities, you have to position yourself, you have to make yourself available to the opportunities that are around by being the best, or just positioning yourself at the right place to get these opportunities, and also making an impact in your immediate community.
You have to be rich, you gotta have to let your money